a build-around deck submission for Fires of Invention plus Genesis Ultimatum inside of a Yorion shell. Now, because our deck is playing 80 cards, something I've done as a deck building consideration here is you'll note that Fires of Invention is our only 5 mana permanent in our deck. Now, why this is relevant is because Settle the Wilds here seeks a permanent with mana value equal to the number of lands you control, which means if we settle putting a 5th land into play, we are guaranteed to grab Fires of Invention out of our deck, basically giving us 8 virtual copies of Fire. Now, one thing I'm sure folks will comment on is, Jeff, Yorion doesn't have a lot of synergy in this deck, but those are people that didn't play with Fires in Standard, because Yorion has synergy with Fires, because what you do is you have Fires in play, you play 2 spells for free, with the second one being Yorion, and then Yorion blinks Fires until end of turn, which gives you a window to cast more spells using your lands that turn. So Yorion kind of gives you a 4/5 plus another free spell, then you cast spells with your mana for the turn, getting further pretty powerful tempo generation. Now, we've also got some other big things to floop into with Genesis Ultimatum. We've got other bigger permanents that we can seek into off Settle the Wilds. And then we've got Unholy Heat and Sweltering Suns here as things to help us hopefully stay alive. So let's go ahead and pop on into some games with this and see how it goes. Do we have enough tools to not die to aggro before we get set up? And then, more importantly, do we have enough grind to be able to slog through the control decks that are very powerful in this format? Those are kind of the two questions you have to be able to ask in Historic, right? Can you keep up with aggro before getting run down? And 2, can you grind through control decks? Do I do much reading for fun? I do not. I have not read a book since, I haven't read a non-children's book since undergrad. Which for those counting, I finished undergrad when I was 19. I am 31, so that's 12 years ago, chat. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Do patch notes count? Asking the real questions. All right, how many Phoenixes are about to come into play, Chip? I'm gonna cycle one of these Shark Typhoons for sure. If they put some Phoenixes, even if they don't put Phoenix into play, trying to find some Sweltering Suns would be ideal. Zero birds! That's exciting. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Oh no! We're dead, shit. Oops, we died again. The Phoenix deck is very cracked. Oh baby, baby, is there a second bird? Bird is the word. Attack for 9. Only one Phoenix. Probably still dead. Probably still dead. Okay. Unholy Heat's actually a great pickup here because Beanstalk Giant puts a land into play untapped. So we will get to tempo this Phoenix off the board. It's going to come back the following turn, but won't take a hit for 3 this turn at least. Yeah, we have a real shot here. So we're only going to 11. They only have one Phoenix so far. Next turn I get to go land, fires, Chandra, kill Chandler. And then like, there's a chance that, their Phoenix attacks Chandra for a turn, meaning I'm still at 11. And then we get to go land, Shark Typhoon, Beanstalk Giant, like make a 3/3.
Now you're playing with fire.
We're currently a solid not dead yet, for sure. Yeah, honestly, if someone asked me how I would rebalance this card, and usually I don't talk about things like this because I find that question a little annoying, but I think you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone or exile lots of birds with 1 mana spells. And I would like to see the Delirium on this card change to deals 4 damage and exiles the target. So not only would it make the Phoenix deck worse at killing large things, but it would also make other red decks that still want to play on Holy Heat better against the Phoenix deck.
We're done here.
Okay, so I could Shark Typhoon, make a 3/3. I could also draw Yorion, cast Shark Typhoon, shock in the land, Yorion blink fires, cast Beanstalk Giant, make a 3/3. I think that's the line. It puts me to a number divisible by 3, but I think it's correct. I'm unfortunately going to be dead to double removal, but it is what it is. Yeah, in the event that we don't die, I'm going to put a stop on my upkeep so we can scry to try and find something useful. Unholy Heat is cracked in half, chat. Unholy Heat is cracked in half. And again, this is just part of the incredible power of the opponent's archetype, right? Like, not only do they get to play 1 mana murder, but they have all the best card selection in the format. So their deck's just incredibly consistent at finding exactly what it is they want every single game. Or dead to another Phoenix here. They've seen a lot of cards. Good chance they have one. Alright, swing and a miss. Ultimatum, please. I mean, we're still just dead, right? Like, if I Ugin down tick, I lose the shark that I made, and then I'm still dead to this Phoenix coming back into play. Like, I guess I can hope they can't bring their Phoenixes back, but I actually just don't have any ways to beat a Phoenix coming back. Chat, okay, I uptick Ugin, and this goes to their graveyard. And they have 2 Phoenixes in here, and I am still dead to Phoenixes coming back. There are no lines here that allow me to not be dead to them casting 3 spells. And they have Faithless Looting here, which means they're all plus 4 cards in hand. So the odds of their Phoenixes coming back here are incredibly high. I don't know. There's a 3rd Phoenix. Cast a 1-mana spell for me. Do they not have a 1-mana spell? Oh my gosh, are they actually just the unluckiest? No, they have Pillar Flame. I love the long tank when I can't cast spells before playing the lethal one. I appreciate it. Chandra 6 exile stuff. God, that's so much mana to exile stuff. Maybe we're still supposed to bring it in. Yeah, Historic's just been... It's tough. I really hope we get some changes to Magic Arena economy and format-wise, because it's been... Magic has not felt good this week. Like, getting... People keep asking me to play Historic, but it's just the same bullshit every deck we play. It's just, you get run over by Phoenix, you get ground out by Teferi Blue-White. I just like, I don't know. It feels like people are asking me to play so that way they don't have to play themselves. I wonder, are people actually doing this at home and enjoying it? It doesn't seem very fun from this angle. For the 19 months, son of Tiff. We're gonna give it the old college try here, but playing into the good decks in Historic has not been enjoyable. When we've gotten to play our bad decks against other people playing bad decks, it's been pretty fine, but especially right after the ladder reset, there's not a lot of that. Oh, it's like, why do I have priority? I technically have a lantern here. Ghetto Rill, thank you for the 46 months. Welcome back. Friend here. Well, that's actually perfect for our hand.
I know. I am hot, aren't I? Time to die.
Good on IB. We put a lot of work into the sticks, to be fair. Gotta keep them well watered and saturated. That's such a good upgrade for their deck.
Whatever. Figure it out on your own.
So we seek before we play the land, so that way we can guaranteed draw fires here as such. attempt to Flame Bless bolt this in response. Obviously, if they have 2 instants they can respond to this with, I'll be sad, but this is our best chance to not die to this Dorat, so we'll take it. Here's to another 70 indeed, Philly. Welcome back. Hope, okay, looking forward to another excellent open this month. Philly, for those that don't know, is one of my wonderful local buds that we play board games with on occasion. He's great, Uncle David. He helps do production for the opens. Wouldn't be possible to put on our shows without him. Happy. Thank you for the 35 months. Appreciate the almost 3 years. Just me. Ooh. Ooh. That resolved. God bless. Odin, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel today. It's fine, chat. We found a way to kill the 3-3. Could be much worse. Thanks for the 17 months. Kind of sounds like 70 if you say it fast. You'll get there. You'll get there, Tyler's Tribal, I believe. I plan to be here long enough for you to get to 70. I mean, I know our Genesis Ultimatum was, like, kind of mediocre there, but it drew us another one, right? So, like, we got to redraw. That's fine. Honestly, that ultimatum, I think, kind of shows the power of ultimatum, right? Like, that ultimatum was, like, pretty mediocre, and it was still, like, more than fine. $7 months for the 70, for the 7-mana Ram spell. God bless. Okay, now I'm getting a little annoyed. Now I'm a little annoyed, Chip. So we Ugin. Let's plus on their face. And then we Yorian, blink the fires. So we can cast some spells here. Got him. Fires come back into play. I did not have lethal with Hydra, I only had 16. I'm actually just dead to double Phoenix here, right? I also just put one of these lands into play tapped off of Settle. So I only had 15 lands there. We're dead to Pillar of Flame. Pillar of Flame can't possibly be in their deck post board, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17, so X can be 15 for this. I have Unholy Heat to kill Den, chat. It's literally the only card in my hand. All right, we're on the scoreboard. Do I want to bring in Fry? They have copies of Sea and Sky in their deck. They probably have Crackling Drakes. They have Dorats. I think I want at least one Fry in my deck. Might even be right to have more than that, honestly. Lair of the Hydra appears to be reasonable in my ramp deck. Do I keep this just because it has lands and spells, or are we supposed to like mulligan for Soul Guide, Anger, Flame Bolt, etc.? As Unholy Heat, I'm going to keep it as a piece of interaction. It's not good against a fast Phoenix draw, but it's good against all their non-Phoenix draws, right? If you're ever wondering the answer to a question, like, is the deck Jeff currently playing X card? You can type !deck in chat if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube in the future, the deck list can be found in the video description under the video. Click show more. Just because your card's an instant doesn't mean you have to play it at instant speed. We're just gonna knock the Dorat out here before we get in trouble. Ace. Slacker, thanks for the 45 months. Welcome back. Have a Braid in their deck post-board? Why do they have a Braid in their deck? Like a strange card. Do we play any artifacts? They haven't seen the crab. Oh, Lantern. We have Lantern. Lantern's an artifact. Good shout. I derped and forgot about Lantern. You get to get a little Tanuki here to get to Chandra Awakened Inferno ahead of curve, which is nice. A Braid is medium against Lantern. Not really. Like, obviously I can draw a card or exile their graveyard in response, but there's value in them just taking it off the board. Grab a blue here, because we need triple blue for Ultimatum.
Ever see a volcano erupt in person? You're about to.
Agent 23, thanks for the subgifties. Happy Friday. Hope your weekend's off to a good start. Thanks for starting mine off right. Appreciate the support.
Glad I can help with your not being on fire problem.
Honestly, Winmagus, I think that has more to do with you just enjoying a single player experience more so than Runeterra versus Magic as far as gameplay goes. And for what it's worth, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a single player experience. I think Magic Arena would be well served if it provided a single player experience similar to like Duels of the Planeswalkers or Runeterra does. In fact, we're going to be playing some Runeterra today after we're done with Historic. Our Runeterra segment's going to be sponsored by Prime Gaming today, because Runeterra has a lot of fantastic integrations. And if you are a Prime Gaming member, in addition to getting a free sub every month to a channel here on Twitch, you also get other goodies like free games or free wildcards inside of Runeterra. I'm gonna pay 5 mana and make my opponent discard an Unholy Heat. Well, this is weird, chat. My opponent untapped and my Yorion is still in play. Is their deck bugged? Runeterra is not doing drops currently, no. They have done them in the past, I believe. My body is ready for this Ugin to get counterspelled, but in the event that it doesn't, it's going to be very good for us. Chat, our opponent has 4 cards in their hand. It's like the odds of this Ugin resolving are just like actual 0. Alright, if they can't kill Yorion again, Yorion trades with Crackling Drake, and then we're still in an okay spot. However, if they can take the Yorion off the table, we're probably just dead here. The spot most games against Phoenix come down to sitting here, crossing our fingers and hoping they can't draw Unholy Heat to remove our blocker. And this is, again, part of the reason why they're so likely to have it, right? Like, our opponent has seen 5 cards this turn. They just see so much of their deck. It's incredibly consistent. Easily the most consistent deck in this format. And hey, look, here's 3 more. They've seen 8 cards this turn now. Their odds of finding a way to win the game this turn, just astronomical. Am I dead? Yep. It is not an accident that almost every historic event that's happened recently has, you know, 30 to 50% of their top 8 is Phoenix. It is a cut above the rest of the format by a good margin. Unholy Heat needs to be nerfed. Chat. So, I actually don't think getting rid of Faithless Looting is the answer to Phoenix. The problem with Phoenix is that there's no good counterplay because you can't play to the board to beat it. Like, you're supposed to be able to play large creatures and block against the red deck, but they get to play 1-mana murder. I love this. We get to pass with Tanuki up or Mearshell Crab. Why is Faithless Looting okay in Historic, but banned in Modern? I don't play Modern, I'm not gonna talk about it. I lied, let's talk about it. Half the cards on the Modern ban list or more could probably be unbanned. Want a blistering take? Dredge cards are an answer too, but the reality is there's a lot of things that let's just pass here. Context is key. Yeah, cards don't have absolute power levels, chat. Different cards are good or bad in different situations. Yeah, I agree completely with Violet Journey. The entirety of the Modern ban list should be reevaluated post Modern Horizons 2. The format is just drastically different.
Feel the energy of
Cast 1-mana murder.
guided like water. Keep watch until next time, then.
Only a Sith or Magic Twitter deals in absolutes. Alright, so we need a third blue for Genesis Ultimatum here. And the same thing is true of Historic as well, right? Like, Historic's ban list should be reevaluated in its entirety in a post-Jumpstart Historic Horizons landscape. No, I actually... So what you suggested there, Rojo, is something people suggest constantly, and I really hate that suggestion. The idea that because a lot of stuff could be unbanned, everything should be unbanned is a very silly false equivalence. Like, there's some very obvious ones, like, let's call it, like, you know, Chromox, for example. Is a very obvious card that should stay where it is. People in chat complaining about the high quality gameplay cards like Stifle generate? Come on now, chat.
I could explain what I'm about, but I'd rather show than tell. And some think time only flows in one direction. Oh, ho, ho, the next few minutes. Exciting.
I really appreciate the Magic Arena ladder queuing us into blue-white control immediately following playing against Phoenix, when I just gave my little talk about how this format is a bunch of blue-white control and Phoenix stuffing brews in a box. I appreciate the help in illustrating the point I was making. For what it's worth, this deck that our current opponent is playing doesn't really put up consistent, strong results in tournament settings. This is a deck that is played disproportionately high on the ladder because people like the feel smart, in control play patterns that it has. I don't really have a desire to play constructed events, no. They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They can literally look at 7 cards and then also cast Archmage's Charm, assuming it's not already in the 6 cards they have in their hand. Go.
Don't worry. It's only
They main phase that so they could untap the land with Teferi. I will say Magic players are a funny bunch, because it makes me chuckle to hear people say they really like Historic, but then also turn around and tell me how they hate playing against all of the most popular decks in the format. It's like, well, you like Historic, but you hate Phoenix and you hate blue-white control. It's like, I don't know that those are compatible things to say. I also, that's not fair. I also hate junk food. God bless. Yeah, I think that's exactly it, God. I think a lot of people like the idea of it, but the actual execution currently leaves a bit to be desired.
I'm not gonna sit this one out.
This gets us to red stores, he says before getting Jawari disruptioned. Okay, our spell resolved. God bless us, everyone. Maybe we're just supposed to fry this. And just do this, that they want to play Teferi, we can fry it next turn.
I know what must be told there,
We'll do this, and then we'll pass, holding up Mirror Shell Crab, I think.
really should have seen that coming. You show remorse, I'll show restraint. No, I am not making this up as I go.
So if I do this, we can kill Strict Proctor, and then we can fire up this for X's 2.
Burnt hair smell?
Finish off Teferi.
Now what?
We currently have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So next turn I can Beanstalk Giant into Settle, find an Ulamog. My body is ready to get Stifled plus Counterspelled on this Ulamog. Oh yeah, Discontinuity 1-for-1 Ulamog, doesn't it? It's a sick beat.
The next few moments. Exciting. Let me know if you're up for round 2.
I asked myself this morning, should I play Magic today after work or go straight to Horizon? And thank you for answering my stupid question. All right. I am done with Historic until we get a balance patch. I'm gonna shift gears and we're gonna play some Alchemy today. And I think next week for Magic, we're gonna do Alchemy and Standard every day. So we're still gonna do 2 formats. Standard's more popular anyways, but I'm done making Historic content until we get a balance patch. The last week of playing Historic has been some of the least fun I've had playing Magic in a long time. And yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm over playing games that I don't find fun, chat. That's why we're doing things like Unite, and Runeterra, and Horizon, and others.